Hey, how's it all going out there in YouTube land today? And yeah, back for another episode in a little garage improvised workshop, office, whatever you want to call it. Here we are anyway. So, what are we looking at today? You might have noted yesterday, it was probably not yesterday by the time you're looking at it, but yeah, just did a little video on making a bread knife. Came out pretty good, had some bread. So, that part's done, the old outdoor oven. And yeah, so now I'm just looking through my workshop, going to give it a bit of a tidy up and catch up on some little projects that have been on the back burner, like this one here, which is going to ultimately, hopefully, be a fish smoker. Yeah, been sitting on the back burner, like I said, for a couple of months, so it's time to get it finished. Yeah, so it's not going to be a build video per se, because whatever that means, because I've already got these bits, this stainless steel sheet that I've scunged up that we're going to chuck out. You might note on the back there she's got a bit of staining and yeah, not ideal, but it's good enough for what I want. So what I'm going to do, I've folded that up like that. I made it in two halves. I've made a fish smoker before, but like most things I run out of money, so I had to sell it. So I thought I'd give it a go at another one. The other one was round, but this one's going to be a rectangle. So I'm going to put those there together. I'm going to bolt down the sides. And oh, I'll put that over there. I'll put that one over there. So that's going to bolt together. It's going to fit on this here. So the concept is that, yeah, this little gas burner here, which you can get for relatively cheap, not as cheap as they used to be, but yeah, relatively cheap. That's going to go underneath it, like so. So it'll probably be a hot smoker, and put your wood chips on here and bob your uncle away she goes. And inside I'm going to hang a cage, like so. Put my fish on it and hope for the best, really. Give it a bit of a smoking. So that's where we're up to at this stage. So I'm going to finish her off, get it ready. Fishing season's fast approaching, just about ready to go. So we'll get this finished off, and if we catch a fish, then I'll get some wood chips and we'll give it a test and we'll see how well it works. So without any more jibber jabber, we'll get into finishing this. And I haven't got a top for it yet, but I'll work on that. I'm just going to put something hard on top, or something big. But anyway, you'll see all that. So here we go. Let's get stuck into it and get this happening. So yeah, let's begin. And away we go. So this piece down here is 3mm. And folded that. I should have taken some measurements before I did it, because that burner doesn't quite fit under. Just about, but not quite. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to trim these off. It's not a really problem, but yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So I'll trim those off. This may distort, but I'm going to run that on a real low heat. This stuff that I scunged up in here, I think that's 1.2mm thick. And what I've done here, if you're interested, the old cage, is I've got a heap of offcuts of 3.2 TIG welding wire, and I've just tacked them all together and welded them up. On here, as you can see, there's joins everywhere and everything else, so that's going to hang inside. As I said, I've smoked fish before in a thing similar to this, and I did hang them. I hung the fish in a cage type thing. Initially, I just hung them on there and they all fell to pieces and came off. So ideally, I'm going to leave the skins on and just place in here and hope it works. So first things first, I need to do is peel that PVC, get that off. No idea why the PVC is on the inside of this, but anyway, it is what it is. So that's what I'm going to do, peel that, and I'm going to drill the holes down here, and I'm going to bolt it together just so I can take it apart and clean it. If you've ever done any fish smoking like this, you get a bit of a brown, greasy, oily stuff all over the sides of everything. It's very hard to clean it off. So that's the concept and the idea. So yeah, let's get into it. So one thing to bear in mind, if you're new to stainless steel, the old PVC, if you ever leave it in the sun too long, it'll break down, yeah? Over time, it'll break down, and what you'll do, you'll peel off the paper like that there. And I don't know if you can see that clear enough, but you get the glue left on the stainless, and it's really, really hard to take off. Rubbing it down with hand soap, like liquid soap, sometimes leave it a bit and then wash it off, can sort of work. Or what I'll tend to do, I'll peel that off, any glue left, I'll give it a rub with a rag and kerosene on it. That seems to work as well. Rub it with kerosene, leave it soak for a little bit, and then come back, it'll wipe off, hopefully. So, yeah, just a little pointer of someone who didn't know. Yeah, so there we go. Let's get back into it. So from memory, I'm going to put 6 bolts in here. I'm thinking, like I say, it's been on the back burner for quite a wee while. I'm looking for my tape measure, can't find it. Just said it. Oh, there it is. So I'm going to put 6 bolts in there. So I'm going to go 20 mil in from the ends. And what I'm going to do, let me think. Yeah, 20 mil in from the end. And if my memory serves me right, that'll be 109 millimeters to divide this up. And I'm going to drill some little pilot holes in here on one side of it, and then I'll vice grip it together and drill through that. So if you're new to drilling stainless steel, what do you need to know? Doesn't like drilling. It's difficult to drill sometimes. What you want to do is slow down your drill, don't have it running too fast. What you don't want to do is have it burn out. And if you know what burning out is, the drill will turn purple or blue, and the steel will turn purple or blue, and you'll never drill that hole. Not exactly sure from a scientific point of view what happens, but it goes as hard as a rubber nail and sort of end of the conversation, So we've got 6 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I've got 7, so I have to rework that. Bear with me a second. So anyway, hopefully, when I get my act together and get it marked properly, I can fit it into the old PBD40, the Bosch over there. So I get those initial holes in, and then I'll, like I said, vice grip it and stick it through. You'll see that. So I'll get that worked out. I'll get a mark down here. And yeah, we'll get to drilling it. So both sides of one, and then stick it together. You'll see that. Okay, let's carry on. So here we go, drill time. And like I said, or may not have said, get rid of that, bit of mess everywhere. Slow your drill down, You do not want it overheating. You want it reasonably sharp and a bit of pressure. The other thing, and others may argue this point, but I've been doing it a wee while, drilled a few holes. Not that I'm an expert on anything, but you don't want to drown it in cutting fluid. You just need a little bit, especially with hole saws. Anyway, let's go. So there you go, there's the holes drilled on one side. So what I'm going to do now is vice grip them together. There's a bit of a curve, if you can see there, probably can't, running down that way. I don't know what the lighting's like, never mind. I didn't have a brake press to do it in, I just had an old set of folders, which weren't really up to the task, but there you go, it is what it is, and we're going to get it done. So I'll vice grip them one at a time, get them where I want them to be, and I've got it on the flattest surface I have, and try and drill the holes here. So yeah, there we go. I don't know about the state of the drill bit, but it's probably the only one I got. So we'll give it a lash. So like I was saying, naturally you want to slow the old drill bits down a little bit. A little bit harder to do in the old, whatever these are, these battery drills. The one thing I really like about this Bosch is that they tend, in my experience, to be a little bit slower than some other brands on the market, which is not good for some things, but really good for stainless steel. I'll give it a lash, see what happens. No, not going to happen. Gonna have to get another drill bit, methinks. What I may end up doing is using one of these. Oh, I can't even open it. There we go. Some of these rivet drills, because they're usually a lot sharper. What I don't like doing, it's personal preference once again, it needs must. These, if you can see that, these double-ended drill bits. So what happens is they slide back into the chuck there and can tend to eat away the inside. I've had that happen before. You might. It's enough yabba from me. I'm probably not telling you anything you don't already know. So there's one side done. If you are going to run the gauntlet like I'm about to do now, because you're too tired or whatever, and you're going to run these drill bits fast, just don't overheat them. Yeah, if that starts to change colour, you're in big trouble. So let's go. Right, so that's a pilot holes drill, and of course you've got to bear in mind, this is all only my opinions, what I've learned, what I've done. I'm not sponsored by anybody or anything, so I pretty much give you my honest opinion. I probably always will. So anyway, what was I saying? 1/4 inch now, and I'm definitely not going to run those full noise. So yeah, this here being a 1/4 inch drill bit, so I'll give that a crack. I could do it in a PDG-40, but try this. I think probably will. Yep, definitely will. So you probably can't see that. I was going to use Nylox, but I already had a heap of nuts, ordinary nuts, so I'm just using standard nuts and a washer on both sides. Do you need the washer? Probably not. Nylox probably would have been a better option, but we already had these, like I said, or didn't say. Yeah, so yeah, hopefully these don't loosen up in the heat, and if they do, I'll replace them, swap them out with Nylox. So there we go. All I've got to do now is tighten those up and figure out a way of fitting it to the base, yeah? So a little bit of a fast forward going on there, maybe a bit of mellow blues. I don't know. I'll see when I edit it. I'm sort of running out of soundtracks, so I'll have to make some more, but a few years back I shattered my finger, so that's another story. Yeah, so that's all good. We got that. Got to figure out a top as well at this stage, and got to get some wood chips and got to catch a fish. So we will proceed with mounting it to the base and cutting out the gas thing. Yeah, all good. So yeah, happy with it so far. Like I said, it's bolted up. I was going to make some little things on the bottom to stop it slipping off, but having looked at it, and it's pretty staunch. So what I want to do is keep it simple, yeah. So I'll put my wood chips on there, put this over the top. I think it needs to be reasonably sealed, but not completely for smoking. So that'll be cool. That'll work on there. It's not going to come off. What I will do is put some sort of handles on the side, I'm thinking. I'll just get my cage and try that out. I think I want a little bit of flow, but I don't know. So cage will fit in there. Oh, missed. There we go. And I may just notch these so they fit down in a bit better. Get it a bit more even on there and come up with some sort of top. So I'm thinking that's where we'll go from here. Get that right. That's better. I may notch that so it fits on flat. I don't know what I'm going to do for a top yet. I'll have to scunge up and do some dumpster diving and see what I can find for that, just to fit on it. So happy with it so far. Yeah, it's looking good. Yeah, it's not 100% square, but that's what I mean. I'm keeping it simple. Yeah, so all good. Rightio, so it's handle time. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do, but I think I'll give this stuff a go. Don't know what it is. Some sort of plasticky type, Teflon type, nylon type, don't know. Yep, dead right, haven't got a clue. Anyway, that's what it is. So I like to make my handles on my knives about 120. So I'm thinking, how much have we got here? We got 280. So yeah, we got enough. Good enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill some holes, shape it up as best as I can, and work away from there. So somewhere in here I've got a marker pen. So bear with me. Why do I have this? No, I've got no marker. I'll come back at you with that one. Rightio, so I found the marker. I'm back at you now. So what I'm going to do, is drill holes in the side. So I'm going to make that 20. No, I'm going to make that about, I'm just going to go 100 actually. Oh no, 110 maybe. Let's see if we can fit her in, 20. Which makes that 150. I don't have enough for 150. So what we're going to do is cut it in half and work from there. So I'll cut that in half and I will shape some handles out of that. So what was I saying? Why have I got this? I was going to make knife handles out of it, but I find it pretty hard to shape. So running it on the belt and all the rest of it, it just sort of melts. It's real hard to work. I could work away at an experiment and do something different, but for now, yep, this is going to work for me. I'm going to do this. Rightio, let's mark it out and do it. And naturally the next one will be the same, but in the meantime, I'll have to clean that out. What a mess. Anyway, we're getting there. Well, that was a messy manoeuvre. I was going to just bend up some angle on and weld it on, but no, I've decided to do this. I've done it now. What I don't really want is distortion on there because it's pretty flat at the minute. So here we are, there's your handles. A little bit rough around the edges, but they'll be alright. So contemplate putting a top on there. So I want to come down and be able to go 50 mil. Makes sense. And I'll get some wood screws and stick that in. Should be good. 50 mil. Yep. And try and get them in the centre-ish. What are we looking at? 80 to the edge. I want to go there, yeah. I'll do that. Yep, that'll do. That'll do, donkey, that'll do. I'll drill a hole there. And I want to drill a hole there. So I'll mark the other side, drill those holes and screw those in so the video doesn't get 330 days long. I might skip to the next part, see what happens. Honestly, that was more of a mission than I thought it would be. I think Ian to the other one was saying we'd move on, and here we are, both handles. A little bit rough around the edges, like I said, maybe before, but yeah, pretty good. Happy with that. Pick that up, move it around, and I should be able to pick that up with a cage in it, and even with full of fish. Good solid handle, wood screwed in, should be high enough up. So technically it shouldn't get that hot up here. So yeah, no, it's good. Happy with that, even though it took a little bit of perplexing. Never mind. So now I need a top, and that's about it. I'm ready to go. And few tweaking. Yep, all good. Let's carry on. Let's keep on rocking. So there you go. There's the old fish smoker. Been mucking around a little bit on it this morning, as you can see. You would have last shot. You would have seen the handles and so forth. Yeah, pretty happy with it so far. Bolted together. Could have done a little bit better on the folding, but yeah, just use what you got, Don't worry about what you don't have and make do with what you do have. So what you can see here, I've done this morning, pretty boring stuff really, I suppose, but what I've got is these two pieces here, which if you flick back through, you might have seen me make the old fish processing table, I called it, and these are the cutouts from the where the sink goes in. So just again, using what I got. So I found these hinges, which I've had sitting in the cupboard. I knew they'd come in handy. They'd been in there probably 20 odd years. So these hinge that on there. So that picks up, and that's wonderful. That's good. A wee bit of a gap on the top under there, but I don't know if I need venting or I don't need venting. No idea. Haven't got a clue. From memory, thinking back to the past childhood, my older brother used to be a master at the old coal smoking. He used to have a 44-gallon drum with racks of stuff in there. And a fire further away and feed the smoke through. And from memory, he used to have a wet sack over the top. So I don't know what you need. I could have used a wet something over the top. I don't know. So I'll give this a go anyway when I get some wood chips. But yeah, I'm happy with the top. So that goes on there. Cage comes out and fits in. Like I said, I've notched it here. So that's all cool. So that should be good. I can open it. Put off fishes and whatever in there. I might give it a go at some pork too and different meats in time. But anyway, I'll put that aside for the minute. Ooh, Jesus. So there we go. Now we're on to the bottom. I've, if you can see that in the shot, modified that little thing there. So that'll go under. And I'm thinking, which I probably shouldn't, but I am. I'm thinking in time I may put a ring on here. I'll see how we go first after we give it a test run, which won't be today, I'm sorry to say. But yeah, ring just to hold the wood chips into one place. Yeah, I've made these things before, but not quite this design. So anyway, that's food for thought in the future. For now, I'm going to call this one. I'm going to call it a day because, to be quite honest, I've got a big week coming up and I've sort of had enough today. So I'll finish this off next weekend, no doubt. And of course, I've got to catch a fish, which is easier said than done in this part of the world for me. So, yeah, so got to catch a fish, got to get some wood chips, and then we'll get stuck and I'll do a test. So that'll be another video. So you can look forward to that. And in the meantime, I hope you're all safe and well and doing what you love and having a really good time in life. So yeah, with that said, we'll go over and out and finish her off, and yeah, take care of yourself.